Beyonce snubbed with no nominations for the Country Music Awards. Nada. Put it up full mass. So, despite making history with Beyonce becoming the first Black woman to top the Billboard country chart since its 1964 inception, Beyonce's critically acclaimed Cowboy Carter shat out of this year's CMA Awards. There's a cruel irony in the fact that Cowboy Carter was quite literally prompted by the racist backlash Beyonce received after performing with the Chicks at the 2016 CMAs performance, or as she elegantly put it in the album's announcement, quote, an experience that I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed. And it was very clear that I wasn't. If you recall, she did that performance. Some people actually booed her there. And then the backlash on social media was, well, bigoted and racist. Basically, people said, I'm talking about top people in the country music industry, Blacks don't belong here. This is not her lane. This is ours. It got vicious. So it made her transmute that negative energy into a whole lot of money and sales and popularity, et cetera. She broke records. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. Beyonce had featured Black country artists on her album, like Brittany Spencer, Renee Roberts, Tiara Kennedy, Tanner Dell, none of whom were nominated as well. Shabuzi was the only Black artist nominated for the CMA this year, whom Beyonce also featured on her album. So you had one. Instead, Morgan Wallen, the man who quite publicly used the N-word just 3 years ago, was given 7 nominations. 7 nominations, including Entertainer of the Year. Worse yet, Post Malone, a collaborator on Cowboy Carter, scored 4. Last year, Tracy Chapman became the first Black woman to win a CMA award 35 years after she debuted her hit Fast Car. At the 2023 ceremony, the country star Luke Combs' cover of the song won Song of the Year. Since it was a cover, the award went to the writer of the winning song. Combs still took home a trophy for the tune when the song won Single of the Year, an award that goes to the performer. Combs' rendition of the song was released on his 2023 album, Getting Old. Music legend Charlie Pride was the first Black artist to win a CMA award. The 3-time winner earned his first nominations, Entertainer of the Year and Male Vocalist of the Year in 1968. He won both in 1971, becoming the first Black artist to win both categories. Now, here's the interesting thing. So music has no color. Let's say that first off. Music has no color. If you got skills, you got skills. When people came into the hip-hop community who did not have the hue, but had the skills, they did not have the color, but they had the complex, meaning they could actually bring bars, like Eminem. No problem. Eminem has been touted as one of the greatest of all times, from T.I. to others. He's still in the top 20 of almost everybody's top 20 MCs, period. Eminem comes around, he hasn't had a hit in a while, but they still show him respect and love. But there's a different sentiment with country music. And the irony is, the origin of country music comes from Black people. Do the history, do your research, you will find it. Wosny, once again, America telling its modern true colors. What say you? You're on mute, brother.
I think this probably speaks more to an institutional sort of atrophying, right? Like it's older people just being haters and being stubborn and being like, we don't care that because the way they're gonna justify it, right? They're gonna be like, Beyonce did this as a fad. She's not one of us. We don't have to honor her. That's the excuse that they're gonna make. And I just think over time, as more and more Black artists are performing within this genre, they're gonna have no choice but to pay homage and so show some respect. But I think we're still at the tail end of this, this literal
Yeah.
white resistance to any, what they would perceive as an incursion from non-white artists, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna tell these non-white artists, oh, you should know your place, blah blah blah. But I think with time, man, these barriers will fall.
Yeah,
It
I
can't
agree
last.
with
The
you.
people will speak.
Yep, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And there's a new generation coming.